am at Changi Airport and I am on my way to San Francisco because I'm so excited. I am going to the press junket for The Incredibles 2. The Incredibles is one of my favorite movies ever and it's my favorite Pixar film, and I've been waiting for the sequel for freaking like over a decade. I think it's been 13 years. Today I'm just super excited because I'm going back to Pixar. It's a very exclusive like tour that they don't open to everyone, and of course San Francisco is a really fun place, so I'm looking forward to all the shopping, the food and the nice pictures and everything else. So yes, let's go! Just arrived at our room in Fairmont with a really nice view. Check it out. The weather is super beautiful and perfect here. It's about 15 degrees right now. So if you're out in the sun, you can like kind of just wear summer clothes with a light jacket. Yay! That's what I'm wearing today. I changed just now because our room wasn't ready, so we actually very rabak. We just went to the like toilet at Fairmont, the public toilet, to just go and change. Today is my lucky day because Kalani here, she saw that I'm coming to San Francisco and she's like, okay, I'll bring you in. This is supposed to be only for employees and their friends and family. And I tell you, this place is super nice, everything is pink, I'm so excited. So we just finished our tour at the Museum of Ice Cream and it's legit freaking nice. So if you guys come to SF, you really should go inside there and take photos. It looks so pretty, and remember to wear like pastel colors, so like bright colors, so you look really cute with all the exhibits. Anyway, so now the time is about 5 PM and we are going to go hardcore shopping. I'm just gonna be ugly, no more filming, okay? See you guys tomorrow. So today we're doing the touristy stuff. We are here at the very famous Pier 39. So we're just going to go there, explore, see what's so famous about. So let's go! Everyone! I'm finally here at Pixar Studios at Emeryville and oh my god, I'm so happy to be back here again, and this time around is for Incredibles 2, so you can see that everywhere around here is like Incredibles theme. The posters, they change everything, so oh my god, it's so cute, and I'm sure you guys know it's one of my favorite movies, and my son is named after this little boy here. They both move around very fast, but not as fast as this guy. So okay, so let's bring you guys around a tour of this beautiful place. the whole group of us right now are walking over to Cresto. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think it's part of their animation studios or something. Let's go. Okay, so we just finished the little screening of about 23 minutes of The Incredibles 2, and also we watched that little short film that's always a little bonus at the start of every Pixar movie, and it's called Bao. It's more Chinese, with a Chinese family and how a mom feels about her kid growing up and kind of like living the nest and everything. I always feel that the little short films, they have absolutely no dialogue, but somehow they always manage to make you cry. I just really felt very strongly about it because I'm a mom as well. And speaking of the theme of family, like The Incredibles 2 is focused a lot on family. The first few minutes that we watched was just amazing! Oh my god, it was so good. It was funny, it was fast-paced, it was exciting, and this time round there is a lot of focus on Jack. I think probably my favorite character in The Incredibles because it's so cute, and this time round we finally get to see a sample of what his powers are, and it's just wow. Anyway, you guys have to catch it in the theaters. I just like it really so much.
I'm Domi, the director of Bao, and this is Becky Neiman-Kopp.
Hi.
The producer.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys. We're super excited today to be showing you this making of our little short, starting with the title. Bao has two meanings, like in Mandarin, said one way, bao, it means steam bun, but said another way, bao, it means precious treasure, and we thought that'd be the perfect title for this short about this precious little steam bun. And then when I first start thinking about any story, I just start drawing all the ideas that come into my head. And here's some fun early ideas I had for the dumpling character. And here I started exploring the character of the mom through drawings. We sketched lots and lots of Chinatown grannies, and I really wanted mom to feel authentic. The mom was super challenging to animate because of her big squishy head and tiny chubby body. Dumpling was also a fun challenge to animate. We discovered through this test that, we can treat his head like a doughy sock that forms around anything that you stuff it with.
It's pretty hard to make ground pork look good in real life, but it took two effects artists nearly 2 months to get this to look right. Kneading dough was also a technical hurdle for us. How the shape changes, how the light interacts with it, figuring out the right amount of flour to put on the surface. We had all of these individual food moments, and each one had to look great. Even in a scene showing mom chopping green onions was important for us to get right. We had a whole discussion about how many water droplets there would be and where would they land. We sweat over these details because food is the physical manifestation of mom's love in this story.
Hi everyone, my name is Wendy. I'm from Singapore. And I am a huge fan of The Incredibles. I know everyone tells you guys that, but I actually named my son Dash.
Oh wow!
So I just want to show you guys a picture. This is his first birthday.
Oh, wow. He's got a little Jack going on there.
Yeah. He looks like Jack, but his name is Dashiell. So
excellent.
For the fans of The Incredibles, we have waited 13 long years. What do you guys have to say for yourself?
It's worth the wait.
We're sorry. I set my alarm and it didn't go off.
And then you went off to do other movies.
Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the other movies.
I did.
Yeah, okay.
Now that the sequel is so long after the original movie, do you think that actually takes some of the pressure off doing a good sequel, or does it make things worse because people waited so long for this one?
The first Incredibles was the most fun I've had, so I wanted to return to this world. It's a project that looks very candy-coated, but it's actually very sort of personal for me. It is a blend of everything I loved as a kid. Superheroes, spy movies, adventures, explosions, cool technology, dire stakes, bad guys. All of that blended in with the family that I grew up in and the family that I have with my wife and sons. So all of that is just put into a Cuisinart, and that's the movie.
A lot of shows nowadays always have a love element to it, and I kind of don't personally like that because I've been married for a while now, so the whole romance thing just doesn't gel.
Oh, come on. Bob and Helen are romantic.
Yeah, they are, but in a married people way where I can relate to. Before a bomb and they're kissing, stuff like I don't have to deal with that, so that's great.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. I mean, it's kind of like a love letter to families.
At the end of the scenes where they're kind of like fighting against the villains, there's always this really good gel of using everyone's superpowers. At the same time, the combination of everyone's being useful in a certain way.
Right.
And I think that's really hard to achieve because I watch a lot of superhero movies and I don't feel that they do that very well.
I tried to distribute it fairly evenly, but ultimately you're telling a story and it's what those characters bring to that story. In the first Incredibles, we didn't have very much Jack, and we have a lot of Jack in
I'm
this
so happy
movie.
about that. He's so cute.
The story requires this is much more of a Jack movie than the first one was. The story requires that Helen takes the adventure part on this one, and that Bob is the one that has to stay at home, which is he finds is just as big, if not a greater challenge. It's all about the characters and kind of creating a situations that makes them off base and uncomfortable or challenged or joyful or whatever, and then letting it fly.
I mean, that's what's really fun about those action scenes is they're fighting something, but they still have family conflicts in the middle of it.
Yes.
And so what their superpowers are called upon as an extension of who they are to some extent. And that's what I think makes our action scenes different, is they're doing their fight, but they're still interacting.
Even though Bob's at home on his own, he's not a complete bumbler, right? He's a good dad. He's working on it. He's trying his best.
When you guys started work on Incredibles 2 together, was there kind of like a discussion on what are some of the mistakes that you did with the last film that you vowed never to do again this time?
For me, the first film was a miracle. Everything that computers were bad at, the Incredibles had in spades. But we managed to do it and pull together, and I just looked at it like, if we pulled that off with the state of the technology then I can't wait to do this one, because everyone is 14 years better, and we have a lot of new talent that saw the first film in the theater and wanted to work on an Incredibles movie and got their opportunity with this one. But it was still a very challenging film to make.
Telling a story is always challenging. Every single film is challenging, no matter what the technology or the medium. Now Pixar technology supports it so that it's a more intuitive process.
Absolutely.
Those voice talents, they're not the same people, right?
No, they are the same
Yes,
people.
they are.
Yeah,
Yeah, the only
Yes.
one that we had to change out was Dash, because he's now a 25-year-old kid. We found this fantastic kid who's just as good as Spencer Fox. His name is Huck Milner, and he is absolutely hysterical in the role.
And we've got some new characters, of course.
We have Catherine Keener and Bob Odenkirk are doing voices for this one, and Isabella Rossellini, and Sophia Bush, and Jonathan Banks.
Do you guys actually prefer Incredibles 2, or will the first one always have a special place in your heart?
That's like asking about children. You know,
Which of your children?
Yeah, I love them all for different reasons. This one, we got to do some stuff that I wanted to do in the first one, but it just didn't fit, or it was too hard, or something.
Other than the Underminer, will we see some other villains coming up into this movie?
Definitely.
Yes.
There's a villain called the Screenslaver.
Yes.
It's like Screensaver, but with an L in it.
I love all the puns.
His power is fairly self-evident. He uses screens.
Well, you know how we're all on these little
Screens.
phones and we all look at
Screens
them.
everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go to the
Screen over
airport,
there,
it looks
screen
like
there,
everybody's
screen in
enslaved.
here.
Oh, wow.
We don't have cell phones in the Incredibles world, but there are screens. There's
TV
televisions, and this villain can control those.
What is everyone's superpower, your dream superpower to have?
For me, it would be flying, which is very mundane to say, but I've had maybe 3 or 4 flying dreams in my life. Every time I wake up, I'm disappointed that I can't fly.
Really?
Yeah, I love
But you have planes?
flying. Huh?
You have planes?
Well, yeah,
does.
he has planes. He has a plane.
Yeah, so I like flying too.
What's your
Right
superpower?
now, I would like to be able to sleep and feel rested in 5 minutes.
Then you could do 23 hours plus
Right?
doing stuff.
I could be awake doing all kinds of other
Right.
stuff. So
How about having
Boom.
a superpower where you don't need to sleep at all?
the sleeping, I like sleeping.
Oh.
I just
Just
like to
wanna
do it.
get
Just to do
right
it.
to the
do it
deepest
well.
part.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it well.
Okay, then I guess that wraps it up. Okay,
All
thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so right now we're going inside to do the Incredibles coffee art and see how that turns out. So I'm going next to try the coffee art. I think it's quite easy, we just like kind of like easy peasy.
We're gonna be doing a fun little activity, which is making your own superhero. You're gonna go from something that's complex to something that's simple.
Okay, so this is my superhero, and her superpowers is to be able to eliminate cilantro. As long as somebody ordered food and there's like cilantro inside, all the person needs to do is to say, "Oh my god, cilantro again!" And then she will suddenly appear and use her magic weapon to suck all the cilantro off. So right now we are at the main recording studio where a lot of the stars actually come here to record their like voices for all the animations. So Pixar's arranged this little session where I am supposed to be the voice of Dash. Let's see how I perform.
Good thing we won't stand out. We don't want to attract any unnecessary attention. Papiang, the yacht is so big! Oh, jalan. Jalan. 长了。Okay, better siam. Okay, I think that went okay. Super weird if he has a girl voice. Wow, this is our new house ah! Wow!
Hey, easy, Tiger.
It's being loaned to us. This is homey.
I mean, look at this place. Dever bought it from an eccentric billionaire who liked to come and go without being seen, so the house has multiple hidden exits.
Good thing we won't stand out. We don't want to attract any unnecessary attention. Papiang, the yacht is so big! Isn't this a bit much? Got forest some more!
Would you rather be at the motel?
And a pool! What exactly is Mom's new job?
The important thing is we're out of the motel.
Mom's new job is super awesome! What? Standing for 50?
Oh!
Whoa!
Well, check out the water features.
Super cool!
Dad! No, Dad!
Stop it! Oh, jalan.
Alright, so this concludes our day at Pixar and our Incredibles 2 press junket. So I guess this ends our little vlog here as well. Thank you very much for watching it. I am so happy filming this for you guys because I had such a great time here at San Francisco, and of course watching one of my favorite movies, which is The Incredibles, and meeting one of my favorite directors, which is Brad Bird, and going inside Pixar, of course, is always a giant treat. So just really happy this time around to share my joy with you guys. Before we go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so you get notifications every time a new video comes out. And if you leave a comment within the first 1 hour, I'll stay and chat with you guys. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye!